Hello! This is a tips and tricks video to hopefully help you get through the secret kettle in the single-player campaign of Splatoon 3. If you're the kind of person who gets more of a thrill jumping into things blindly, I don't think this video is for you, frankly. I did a lot better when I watched someone else play through the level, and I wanted to make this video because I feel like I could have benefited from someone verbally walking me through what's happening on screen. So, here I am. To unlock it, you do need to complete every kettle in every section of the world map, but you don't need to 100% them and complete them with every weapon. If you do all of them just once, that's totally fine. I heavily recommend the use of motion controls for sections of this kettle that require very fast and precise aiming. I'm not the kind of person to gatekeep you away from using analog stick controls, and I recognize that there's a significant learning curve to using motion controls, so if you use them, I encourage you to practice and get comfortable with them. Also, get comfortable with your posture and where you're playing, because when I was doing this for the second playthrough for the recording, I ended up doing way better, because I was playing in a chair in front of a monitor where I had ample room to use gyroscope controls with my wrists and elbows, as opposed to, like, sinking in my bed. Anyways, you don't need to unlock every hero gear upgrade. I only got what I could afford, but I highly recommend you unlock splat bombs, better burst bombs, extend the hero shot's rate of fire as much as you can, increase the suit recovery time, and get the sensor that lets you mark where items and enemies are when you're submerged, because you're gonna need it in the last part of the level. There's 4 sections to this kettle, each with their own checkpoint. Some people recommend that you get at least 30,000 eggs to jump in, because each restart costs you 333, and you'll be restarting a lot when you get started. I think you should be fine if you're somewhere between 15,000 to 20,000 eggs, which you probably have if you completed the campaign already. Anyways, let's jump in! Sorry, this footage is at 30 FPS. That might make this a little harder to watch, but I don't have the money for a newer Elgato. Okay, the first area is a platforming challenge, where your greatest enemy is the fact that there is only one checkpoint and the entire stage is submerged in water that you can fall into any time. You're gonna be using splat bombs to take out enemies and burst bombs to cover surfaces pretty fast. First thing I want you to remember is that water doesn't wash away ink. There's a lot of platforms that rotate into or get submerged in the water below, but they don't take your ink away, so that's a good sign for you to just take your time and keep inking until you feel comfortable enough to hop onto a surface and keep swimming and jumping. Like, right here, I'm just sort of shooting. I haven't really gotten to the point where I'm using burst bombs yet. Oh, there's a guy to the right. Yeah! And right over here, there's 2 splatling gun dudes over there. You can take these guys easily with 1 splat bomb, but as you can see, I messed up my aim, and I had to send another one. There you go. And then you can just go ahead and jump over to the other side. There we go, just get up that wall over here. And then there's gonna be 3 guys over here, but you can take them on pretty easy. And then we're gonna squid surge right over here. You can take these guys out pretty fast with a burst bomb and hit that little balloon fish over there to sort of not engage. Anyways, you're squid surging for this section over here. You have to time your jumps to give you enough room to squid surge into the next area. And when you reach this big circle over here, squid surge, mash B to swim up into the highest part, and only squid surge right here, right at the top, rather than at the bottom. Super close call over there, but I had enough time to recover and do another one. There's a sniper in this section. You can avoid getting shot at right here by doing a squid roll over there. Squid surge up. And here you can avoid the sniper's line of sight by keeping all the way to the right of this platform. It makes me feel better to get an even inking on this one rotating platform over here with these little burst bombs. So just go ahead and take your time doing that. You don't have to do this specifically. I was just trying to make myself feel better. And then jump. And then if you hold squid surge without letting go of B, without jumping, it takes much longer to fall off the surface. And then you can just cancel the squid surge when you get on the floor by just letting go of the button. And then these guys sort of gave me a hard time in previous playthroughs because I just kind of ran into it, but you really just take your time. And then there's going to be squid rolling. If you swim fast enough and mash B hard enough, you actually don't have to squid surge to get that little thing over there. Just go ahead and squid roll off. And then right here, my tip to help you not fall off these pillars, because you slide down very slowly, is to keep flicking your movement stick up to move up very slowly. I just do it to like the BPM of my heartbeat instead of spamming. I splash down right there because there's like a guy with a face shield who's pretty hard to get at if you don't ult right there. This part used to give me a hard time, but really just kind of do like that little hold the squid surge and just keep moving up very slowly. If you keep moving that pillar, it'll make you like squid roll down, but you can just you can figure out how to just jump down right there if you just follow like the calamari rings. Right here I'm just like sort of adjusting my camera for the next section coming up. This used to give me a hard time in previous playthroughs, but my tip is to just sort of, when you're jumping, aim for the orbs at the ends of these streams rather than just like jumping onto the stream itself. It makes you sort of get a better visual and a better hold on where you're jumping. Let's see, here we go. I'm just sort of making myself feel better by readjusting my camera and my posture as needed. I jump forward. For this one, go all the way forward, full throttle. Don't hesitate, because if you do, you will fall into the abyss and die. So just keep on going, keep pushing forward. This guy goes out pretty quick. And here is sort of where the hard part of this stage begins. I'm just making myself feel better by throwing down some burst bombs, because these platforms rotate a lot faster than the other platforms that were in the previous sections of this one level. So I'm really just taking my time inking things as comfortably as I can, so I can make like a nice smooth jump, which, as you're gonna see in just a second, is not gonna be as smooth as I hoped it would be. Hey, but I still made it, so we're good. Anyways, this, I think, is sort of the hardest part of the level, just because it's like the very end, and missing it makes me feel awful. So I really just take my time here. I don't care how long it takes me to do. I use burst bombs, and I use the range of fire on my hero gun to be able to ink just enough, like the edges and the surface of these rectangles and squares coming in, just so I have enough to swim up them as I'm running and swim across them as fast as I can to get to that platform over there. And really, you can just take your time. Make sure not to walk off this corner over here. But ink as much as you think you need to comfortably get across these platforms over here. And I'm gonna be like really taking my time because I want to make sure that I can do this as easy as possible here. A lot of people just like encourage you to use like a lot of burst bombs, but remember, your gun can reach pretty far too to get those edges that your burst bombs can't reach. That's important because you're gonna need a lot of vertical movement to be able to swim upwards and bring yourself to other platforms as it's moving along here. And sort of keep in mind the order of the shapes and angles that these platforms are coming in as they're cycling through the water over here. And after those 3 cubes over there, that's when I usually feel most comfortable to go ahead and keep on going. And to get that wall on the right over there, I use burst bombs. So that's sort of like the fastest way I can think of to inking that wall over there. And then I swim up, and then I get to that jump pad, and then the first part of the stage is done. Yeah. Alright, the second part is a rail shooter. It's pretty hard, it goes by pretty fast though, and I'm here to help you through it. So, the secret here is to jump on these new lines whenever they show up. It helps you get really good mobility throughout your aiming, and when you're following curves like that, you want to make sure to use the right analog stick to adjust your camera so that you're facing forward all the time. It helps you aim a little better. See, here's a big curve coming up, and I'm very slowly using the right analog stick to follow the curve of that line to make sure that my aim is going to be straight and forward, so I'm not like contorting my body in all sorts of directions to be able to shoot the balloons that come up. And just follow these curves right here. This part coming up can be a little bit tricky. Just make sure to keep on jumping as these balloons show up. Make sure you can get them. Oh, there's a close call. Okay, there you go. And then this part, you're going to be like really tilting your analog stick in one direction to make sure that your camera can face forward and that you can shoot all these balloons that are coming up. There you go, and recover ink right here. Shoot these ones over there. Shoot these. And burst bomb here, that gets rid of the balloons the fastest. Okay, you had enough ink to make you this far, so go ahead and turn back into squid form, recover. And then here, burst bomb doesn't really work. So just go ahead and shoot as fast as you can. Throughout that stage, it's much faster to jump in human form than it is in squid form, so hopefully that helps you a bit. Okay, this is a platforming section. A little more forgiving than the first because you get a checkpoint in the middle of it. Anyways, Small Fry, your best friend here, throw him on that side of the cube to make sure the enemy doesn't see him, because if you throw him on top, then the enemy's gonna start shooting at him and you're gonna lose your platform if you're like mid-jump and they start shooting like purple ink at you. Go ahead and swim up here. I don't know why I used a burst bomb. Okay. Just keep on going, go up here, and there's an enemy with a face shield. You're going to want to go ahead and distract him with Small Fry to make sure that you can shoot him from behind. There you go. And throw Small Fry on that one block over there to the left to make sure these platforms can connect and you can swim safely to the other side. There you go. Here we go. Swim to this side, and you're gonna want to throw Small Fry over this gate here. Keep this steady as long as Small Fry needs to extend that one platform. Hover over this block that has calamari rings under it, and go ahead and swim up. This part always gives me a hard time because I keep on forgetting how I get past it. You're gonna have to throw Small Fry over here, but then that enemy with a Gatling gun recognizes immediately, starts shooting and reducing your blocks over here. And none of my bombs can really reach him. He's not within my range of fire, so I sort of had to engineer a solution here. Which, yeah, that bomb didn't work either. So, I believe what I did here is throw Small Fry on this platform, wait until a chance in which he exhausts his Gatling gun fire, and ran up to him and killed him. So here, throw Small Fry back. He's reloading his Gatling gun. That's good enough for me to keep on shooting this, and make sure I can shoot him when he's run out of bullets. Keep small fry there. It's just good practice to keep small fry on those blocks and let him keep hitting things, because it makes it easier for you to sort of make very good and consistent, confident jumps. Here we go, jump up here. Alright, this part isn't so tricky, but it did get me a few times. Just swim sideways, there you go. And then squid surge right here. Throw small fry up on those balloons over there. Why was I inking this? Okay, there we go. Throw small fry over there. He's gonna go ahead and trigger a response that brings a platform that goes right over this gate over here. So just jump down into those rings. Hella enemies are just gonna show up. You don't have to kill all of them, but they are just gonna bum rush you. So right here I'm just recovering. Threw a burst. I should have thrown like a splat bomb or something. Here, I was just sort of going crazy with burst bombs. I don't know how I had the health to make it through that, but okay. As long as you can make it to the end and reach these balloon fish over here, then you're fine. Squid surge up. You don't have to, but it makes it easier to move upwards. And here's the checkpoint. Here's the halfway point. They put that there just because it can get a little tricky. Throw small fry on that block to make sure that it's stable, and then you're gonna go ahead and shoot these two other blocks to make sure that these torpedo things aren't in your way. Go all the way up, and just sort of just keep on following these this path here. I don't know why I'm inking it. You don't have to. You can just walk up it. That's fine. Here, you're gonna make your way up top. Keep small fry there. Jump up. Jump to that platform over there. And then now you're gonna want to keep small fry on this platform when you wait for the other one to sort of exhaust itself and go down. Make sure these torpedo things can go through, because you're gonna be riding them. And right over here, you're just gonna do a little jump. There you go. Alright, here, you're going to want to keep these blocks neutral to avoid blocking the path of these torpedo things. Go ahead and remove that sprinkler over there. Reduce that block to a neutral color. And just sort of keep on going. Throw small fry at that block right there to make sure these torpedoes don't hit you, because they're coming at you pretty fast. Reduce this block to a neutral color by shooting at it a little bit, and then you can go on to this last part of the stage here, which requires a perfectly timed throw and jump. Right here I'm sort of just preparing myself mentally to go to that little jump pad over there, which requires a leap of faith. So right here I'm just sort of checking how comfortable I am with the camera, and waiting for a good opportunity to jump. Right here you can either use a burst bomb or small fry. I use a burst bomb because that's a little bit faster than small fry hitting something. Jump where the power eggs are, and ooh, be careful. I almost messed up right there. And from there you can go up and go on to the next section, which is the last one. You're almost there. Alright, this section is much harder for me than it is for other people, because I main Explosher and Hydrosplatling, and I'm never in the front lines of battle with an automatic weapon. So my strategy here is to sort of keep on inking as much turf as I can. I use a lot of burst bombs just to get around rather than splatting people, because I want to make sure that I have enough room to really move around and get away if I need to. After I kill one person, someone on this left side spawns in that corner over there, and in another corner over here. I try to stay on the left side because the people that spawn here are an umbrella and a roller, and that's a little bit easier to sort of make my mark with, because on the right side, on that little, like, bottom right corner over there is where a Clash Blaster spawns, and I try not to deal with that because they'll, like, destroy me right on sight if I shoot them point blank. So it's a little bit easier to deal with that one person that spawns in that corner over there that has an umbrella. Because what are they going to do? They're just going to open their umbrella in front of me. And it's good to have enough ink on the ground too, because when I'm recharging, I have that thing turned on in which I can see a little reticle appears when an enemy or an item is nearby, and that's really helpful for me to sort of strategize for what comes next. Here I'm just spawn camping. There you go. Kill that umbrella. Here is a Trizuka that I don't really like. I don't like the Trizuka that much, especially in this stage, because I find it a little bit harder to aim when all these people sort of spawn a little bit farther than you'd like. And I sort of forgot that I threw Small Fry out there, but he is not useless in this stage. He's actually very useful, because if you throw him out, that'll distract enemies, and they'll try to kill him before they kill you. So that's like a good sort of strategy to have when you're trying to if there's not a lot of room to move around and you really want to sneak up on someone. I think here there's like someone with dualies that's giving me a hard time, so I try to see if I can distract with Small Fry. They got Small Fry pretty fast. And so here I'm using Splat Bombs to sort of be fast at inking my territory here, so I can move around for this next part, which is hard, because the enemies here will just ult the moment they see you, or I guess use their special. That's ult is an Overwatch term, I guess. Yeah, there you go. They'll try to like pull out their special weapons the moment they see you, and I'm trying to get rid of them as fast as I can. Here, someone's trying to splash down. I'll splash down right there. It's good to just keep on inking turf as well, because it powers up your splashdown, which is a very useful special to use to get out of sticky situations. Here I am trying to use Trizuka. I hate this thing. It doesn't really work for me. I'm trying to destroy that beacon right there. It doesn't even work. I'm waiting for this slosher to come by, and I have the higher ground here. And I'm spawn camping the umbrella. I think I'm sort of just dominating this side of the map and letting people come to me. And here, I think I'm gonna try to go for that stamp over there. I see someone spawning, so I'm immediately enticed. Alright, this is a little bit hard. I throw out the stamper. I like this one a lot more than use it. I usually try to like burn through the Trizuka before I can get to this one, because this is like really fast at destroying other people's like special weapons. Like if someone puts a beacon down, I'll try to like stamp it out with the stamper. And here I think I've gotten to like the end game point in which they're trying to pull out like that rain one over there. So half of this map is turfed with my own ink, so I'm feeling a little bit comfortable here. I killed that Clash Blaster, and I'm done! That was a lot of dudes, but I had good footing, just because I can get around, and made sure that everything was yellow. That took me a very long time to do, but there you go, mission complete. And it gives me, what? Oh, it's like a little bit less than the first time you complete it, which is like 3,333. 3 power eggs, but there you go. When you complete this for the first time, you get a bunch of stuff like new titles, the teddy bear headband, a new badge, all that stuff, and the secret log, fun to read. But hopefully this helped you complete this level. I truly do hope. How do I end a video?